What's going on, everybody? It's Childish. We're back at it again with the next unit in Rune showcase for the month of July. It's finally here. I've been making a couple of tweaks these last 7 to 10 days, so I wanted to wait until I got it all done so I can get it out to you guys. So if you're new to the channel, welcome to the channel. Once a month, every month after the Rune removal day, I go ahead and make a video for you guys. As I stated, this was one that was a little bit delayed because I had to make a couple of tweaks, but now we're finally here. So this video, if you're seeing this for the first time, this will be provided in the YouTube description for every single video for the month of July. If you ever watch a video in the future and you're curious about my units or runes, please feel free to check the YouTube description down below so you can see where we're sitting at, okay? Let's see. Let's go ahead and start it off. We're going left to right, top to bottom, so if you're curious about a unit that's a little bit down below, go ahead and scroll down if you need to. We'll be talking about units that I made changes to, but we'll go ahead and just and name off the builds for the other units that I have here in storage for you today. So Megan, no changes. Swift, will, speed, hit point accuracy. Running the Swift over the Violent because I need to get the first turn with regards to my Guild War offense team. If you guys seen it in the previous videos, Charlotte, Megan, Lucian is one of my #1 comps when it comes to teams that are running 200 speed, 240 speed or less comps. That are generally built with a combination of water, wind, and light and dark units. If I get the jump on them, then the damage that I do between Charlotte and Megan and Lucian is enough to take out 2, if not all 3 of the units. So I'm a big advocate of using Swift over the Violent. But if you're one of those people that are using Megan and the Dragons B10 or looking to improve your success rate, Violent Will is a great recommendation. So definitely try it out if you can. Let's see, Rigel, part of my Necro B10 team. The Liches, the Water, Wind, and the Dark one are great units to finish off your crew when it comes to Necro B10. It provides the slow, it provides the defense break. So if you guys haven't tried those out, make sure you do it. Attack, crit damage attack, Violent Revenge is the recommended set that I have for that. You just need Violence, obviously a very strong build for Necro B10. Revenge, having a multi-hit on the first skill is why you want to go ahead and go with Revenge on that, okay? Next one up, we got ourselves Chandra. You guys are, if you guys are old school and have seen my videos, you know that Chandra used to be one of my #1 units, but I picked up Kumar down the road, and so Chandra's been taken off the backbone as Kumar has been a lot better unit for me when it comes to Guild War offense, Guild War defense, and then just overall PvP with regards to the arena. The goal for Chandra was to make it as fast as possible while maintaining a decent amount of HP and critical rate. I couldn't do that without sacrificing too much HP if I went speed on 2, so I stuck with a triple HP. I still use Chandra in a lot of situations in Guild War offense, being able to hug a unit and allow the opponent to focus their damage on that unit. I set up my team to do that. In addition to that, TOAH, there's a lot of light and dark stages that will focus down the unit that they have elemental advantage over. So I will use Chandra in an effort to protect that unit and get the job done. Great unit. Again, it's just kind of taking a back burner because I got other units that I need to focus on. Sigmaris, very familiar unit with a lot of people, a fusible unit. Attack or damage attack, Violent Blade. Really no changes here. This is just used for Secret Dungeon and the World Boss. Any 3-day or 7-day Secret Dungeon that's water or fire based, I generally will use this unit, but other than that, this is pretty much just chilling in the monster box. No big changes. Tyron, Despair set, speed, crit damage attack, no changes here. Do what I can to maintain good damage, good speed, good critical rate, and good critical damage. And so, because of this unit going on Despair, this is one of my key units with regards to TOAH. I use him in a combination of Jameer, Tyron, Beretta, Vermos, and Thrain. I use that combination to take out a lot of these stages that are relatively hard leading up to TOA 100, TOAH 100. So if you have yourself a wide variety of AoE-based CC and or dot units, this is a great one to add to your mix if you haven't already. Violent, Will, Mr. Orion, yes. So we got ourselves speed, hit point, defense. In the previous video, he was had about 150 more defense, about 1,050 more HP, and then a little bit more speed, maybe 5 to 7. Less resistance and less accuracy. Now he has the stats have changed. I think for the better, because now I have will on it. But I have ourselves a little bit more resistance and a little bit more accuracy. So Harmless Pank is going to be a little bit more reliable. If the opponent goes for my attack bar reducer, I'm going to have better chance to resist the skills that you're trying to take them down with. So well-rounded unit. If you don't have one, definitely want to take advantage of it, but only take advantage of it when you get this skill maxed out. This is only useful until the third skill maxed out. I do not recommend using it any other way. Theomars, Violent Blade, attack, crit damage, attack. In the previous video, he was Violent Broken. I switched him Violent Blade to make him in that 85% critical rate. Reason being is because he has the elemental advantage, so he's going to have that 15% critical rate improvement. But I want to get him in situations where I don't have to use critical rate for him as the leader skill. I want to be able to utilize other leader skills. So now, as you guys know, one of the Guild War defenses that I used was Orion, Theomars, Chasoon. Now I can run defenses, the Orion's defense leader skill, and kind of help with overall survivability if I don't knock him out in the first turn. Chilling, I needed to remove him, but I'll go ahead and talk about it. Speed, attack, HP, Violent Revenge. Again, it was a clutch unit early on in Necro B10 and Dragons B10, but I have other units now that I focus on. I like a little bit more of a YOLO approach. I don't like to have too many support units out there, just the ones that I really, really need, like the upcoming unit that we're going to talk about, Galleon. But other than that, still a clutch unit. If you're working on improving your Dragons B10 team to sub 3 minutes, there's a lot of units out there that you can use in combination with Chilling in an effort to get it there, because its skill set is really strong versus the face team with regards to Dragons B10 here. Next one up, Galleon. Violent Focus, Speed, Attack. Great accuracy substats, great HP substats in some of these runes here, so that I can keep his accuracy and speed as high as possible and his attack power as high as possible. There's a lot of people out there that will criticize this build because they value a little bit more support. For me, it comes down to getting the runes that I need for these units. In order to get that, I need to get them quick. And so my intention is to make it make it more YOLO, so that when I'm running my Dragons B10, which is probably my most successful run for money, I cleared Dragons B10 in about a minute now, 57 seconds to like a minute 5. And having him with high accuracy and high attack power helps. The only changes that I'm looking to make down the road is to get him a little more critical rate, so that he can improve. With the elemental advantage on the fire-based dungeon, I'm running at about 40% critical rate, so it's not too bad. It doesn't seem like it's too bad, but it still needs a little bit of improvement. Amazing unit out there, mind you, depending on how you're utilizing it. If you're utilizing it for like a Guild Wars defense in a certain kind of combo, you might want to make an effort to make him a little bit more of a support unit. But if your ultimate goal is just to use Galleon for your Giants B10, Dragons B10 teams, then this is a great unit to go YOLO with. Stella. Speed, critical damage, attack, no changes. Just overall trying to improve the speed, attack, critical rate, and critical damage. You guys will see across the board that my overall intention with any damage dealing unit is to make sure I'm getting roughly at about 75 or more critical rate, shooting for 85 plus, but at least at the minimum 75, and then shooting for that 100, anywhere from that 150 and plus critical damage. And obviously, keeping in mind the attack power, so on and so forth. Working on that overall, but trying to make sure that whatever unit that I build for critical damage has at least 75% critical rate. It's very, very strong. And with regards to Dragons B10, obviously it's a little bit higher critical rate because I have the elemental advantage. Really good unit for the Rift of Worlds. I use it in level 5. Great attack bar reducer. Great brander. You guys understand that branding is going to help all the units out there in your teams improve the speed at which you kill it, because you do more damage with the branding unit on there. So I use that in the Rift of Worlds to improve my comp, as well as the people that raid with me comp, to make the runs faster, right? So really, really great unit. If you have one, definitely consider building it. Tark, part of my Dragons B10 team, and that's all I use him for. Speed, crit damage, attack, doing what I can to get his speed, critical rate, and critical damage a little bit higher. Not where I want it to be, but it's doable. I want to get his critical rate up to 85%. Again, but overall, great unit. If you haven't seen the videos flying around, single target, double target combinations with, Vertihell, Galleon plus a damage dealing unit, really improves the speed at which you can clear it. Dragons V10, and this is assuming that you've have well-rounded units and runes to go with it, Tar can make a very, very dramatic change to your comp. Okay, Aerial. Okay, new unit. I pulled it last month. You guys know what it is. Speed, hit point. The goal was to get him on Violent Nemesis with more or less the same stats. But I couldn't put him on Nemesis without sacrificing about 30 speed with these hit points in this defense. So I left it at Violent Door for now. I don't use it on my defense. I use a different combination of units on my defense, so the Nemesis wasn't too important for me. I still use him in some slow and steady kind of Guild War offensive comps with Jubel and Chandra. So it is important that I make sure that I have good amount of speed, good amount of resistance if they do focus him down. But generally speaking, the compositions that I use him, he's not getting focused down. So he's just kind of there more of a speedy support, so I can provide those heals when I need to. Okay. Roke, y'all familiar with this one here. Attack. I went attack critical rate attack on him, but I actually found myself having more consistent, quicker runs in the Necro B10 clear over time. His critical rate is not high enough to go critical damage on, so I just went with a straight attack. In addition to that, the combination of runes that I have, it gives me enough speed that I need to have him synced up with the rest of my Necro B10's team. So overall, that's what I run there. Violent Revenge here. Necro B10, Violent Revenge all day with the units here. Beretta, clutch TOA unit. You guys all know what it is. We got ourselves speed, hit point, accuracy. I didn't improve him. No big changes there. Just, again, having the high accuracy, high speed. He's part of that TOA CC team that I was talking about earlier. So again, just overall, just kind of improving the runes. I'll grind him out a little bit more when I can, but I haven't made too much effort into changing stuff like this because he does really, really good with the stats that he has right now. Hua is my second damage dealer to go with Stella with regards to my Rift of Worlds 5 team. Speed, critical damage attack. Violent focus. Really, really happy with the stats where I made Hua. The hit points are where I want it to be. The attack is great. The critical rate is perfect. Critical damage is great. Want to improve the speed, but overall, I'm happy with the stats that I have. I'll look to improve it as I go, but again, if I don't make any changes for the time being, then I'm set, for now at least. Spectra. Spectra is Violent Blade, speed, critical rate, speed, critical rate, accuracy. Max accuracy, max critical rate, an amazing unit for Dragons B10 yellow comps. I have recently taken her out to talk about the Dark Parade that I've mentioned in a couple of the videos. You've seen it. I've actually have better runs with that, but if I didn't have that, I would still be running Spectra, as Spectra does great damage with the special assault attack, enemies max HP versus Dragon. In addition to that, providing that slow, as you guys all know. Amazing unit out there, so no changes on that one. Draco, no changes. If I get more grindstones, I'll see if I can squeeze them in, but for the most part, I have everything that I want grinded on this unit. Speed, hit point, 230 Despair Draco. I love it. It's part of my Guild War defense team now. Some of you guys might have gone up against it. It is no Velajuel, but it gets the job done for me right now. Hopefully I could look to improve the overall speed of it and overall effective HP, given a little bit more defense. But overall right now, I am happy with the stats here. Leica. Okay, we're running a hybrid Leica. No changes since you guys last saw him in random videos. HP, crit damage, attack. Showcasing him these last 2 months here, trying to show you guys that you don't have to go full-blown YOLO with regards to a lot of these damage dealing units like Trevor and Leica. You can make a hybrid setup work, and so I'm trying to take advantage of the passive, being able to take a hit so that I can have that a chance to get additionally attacked and land that 30% stun. I use him now a lot more in live PvP. He is one of my clutch units when it comes to live PvP because, again, he can't glance, so he's going to be able to do a good amount of damage towards any element. It doesn't necessarily guarantee him a crit, but still has a better chance than other units have if he's going up against a weaker element. So overall, I'm happy with these stats. For the most part, the Justice, the hard-hitting skill, hits anywhere from 27 to 35k with attack up and defense down on a unit with these particular stats. And this is, mind you, I have a max attack tower and maybe like level 4, level 5 attack fire tower. So it's pretty darn good damage considering I'm not going full-blown YOLO on this guy, okay? Let's see here. Calling standard unit for Necro B10 and Rifter Worlds. Speed, hit point. Hit point. You can go speed, hit point, speed, hit point, defense. It doesn't really matter. Just make sure you get your resistance and accuracy up so you can land those harmful effects where you need them the most. Vanessa, part of my arena defense team. HP, defense HP. Now, it used to be triple HP with a little less speed. I wanted to improve the speed, but I wanted to improve the effective HP of the unit. I run Vanessa, Orion, Veramos, and Kumar on my arena defense, and because Kumar is my only healer, and his heal is a flat heal based on a percentage of his max HP, there is more value in using a flat heal on a unit that has a more balanced approach and a lesser HP pool but higher defense, so that I can get more out of that heal. If I was to have 40k HP, I'd be healing, it'd be like a 30% heal for Vanessa, but because the HP is 30k, then that effective heal from Kumar is now covering essentially 65-ish percentage of my Vanessa's HP pool. So it's an amazing skill. Okay, Shiwa, played around with it a little bit in live PvP. Haven't really used it other than that. Just a world boss unit, attack, crit damage, HP. Just slapping some runes on so I can do the world boss. No big changes there. Chloe, Swift Shield, no changes here. 252 speed. Speed, hit point, defense. I would run HP, but again, it just comes down to the runes that I got. I like the Swift Shield approach. I would definitely go Swift Will, but my intention, like a lot of people out there running the Chloe, is to make sure that whatever you're trying to do, you get in that first turn. And so for me, with the compositions that I find, I generally get the first turn. It's actually it's relatively slow compared to what I face, but I run a speed leader, so I generally will get the first turn when I need to use them. And so because of that, since I go up against a lot of Orion-based teams, Orion plus do TPS, like a double threat team, I like having shield on this particular unit so that I can add another beneficial effect for Orion to possibly take. I definitely don't want Orion to take the will off. I want to give him an opportunity to derp, and so that's why I run the shield on it. Vertihill, speed, critical rate, attack. Again, a lot of people run HP on 6. I like HP, but I like attack more because, again, my overall goal is to improve the runs of my Dragons B10, get that money as fast as possible, so I need to do as much damage as possible. If I had the opportunity to go attack on 4 or critical damage on 4, covering all the critical rate that I need from other runes, I would definitely do it. If that's what it comes down to. We run critical rate because we're forced to, in an effort to take advantage of his passive. But honestly, if I can make the switch to go with a little bit of more attack or critical damage there, I definitely would if I could. Kumar, no changes here. Violent Nemesis. About mid-June, I think I changed him to Violent Nemesis. HP, crit damage, HP. This is one of my bread and butter units that I use for Guild War defense, arena offense, Guild War offense. Looking to improve the speed and looking to improve the defense to make him as effective HP overall. I'm happy with the hit points, happy with the critical rate, critical damage, but I need more speed. And if I run speed on 2, I'm going to be sacrificing way too many other sets. So that's kind of where we're at with regards to Kumar. Xiongfei, we got ourselves Violent Guard, speed, defense, HP. Running a guard subset so I can take advantage of some of these defensive substats in here. This is part of my Rifter Worlds team if I need a defense lead, and then of course I play around with him a little bit in the PvP setting. Overall, great unit. I know a lot of people like to play around with the spare or violent. I prefer the violent, but I mean, depending on what you're trying to use them for, I can find a reason for the spare. So again, this is a rune build that I'm doing for now. This does perfectly fine in Rifter Worlds level 5. Next one up, one of the units that definitely made a drastic change when it comes to my lineup here. Trevor, running same thing as the Leica, running the hybrid format. HP, crit damage, attack. Trying to get the best well-rounded stats I can on these runes so I can, improve him and be able to utilize him in multiple aspects of the game. Again, with this particular unit, if you guys have seen my last unit, Underrated and Overlooked, you've seen him done anywhere from, like 10k with the first skill, upwards of 80 some k on the second skill with regards to when his hit points were relatively low, in that 10% range and whatnot. So, and that's considering the fact that he is a hybrid build. He's not straight YOLO. I want to make him last 1100 defense, 23k, 24k hit points. Just overall well-rounded stats here. So the goal is to improve his speed. Since I'm not really violent, I got to do what I can to get those turns as much as possible. I like the revenge set on the vampire for him just to help out with his survivability in case I don't have any other units to help him support and to keep his hit points up here. Jameer took a hit on the backburn. Hit point. I used to use him in Rift Worlds 5 a lot, but now we run a critical rate lead with regards to defense and resistance, or HP and resistance. I don't use speed all too much. Jameer is simply there to go after everybody in my TOA hard CC team, so I haven't really needed to focus too many good runes on him. I've broken him away and given him to Xiong Fei. Lucian. Okay, Lucian is now a broken set. That vampire set came from Lucian. If you guys remember that vampire Lucian that I showcased in Necro B10. Now we got a broken set here. Attacker, damage attack, just trying to get, the most amount of speed, critical rate, critical damage, and attack power that it can. I improved my attack overall to about 120 attack while maintaining good speed, good critical rate, and good critical damage. So no big changes there. Lucian, no changes. Despair Blade, attack or damage attack. I'm a big advocate of having the Despair Lucian. Despair Will if you can, but Despair Lucian if you're using him in an AO comp that you're going up against units that generally have Nemesis that can essentially stun you and whatnot. Having your second Lucian on Will is going to prevent you from getting stunned in those clutch situations where you need to make sure that your Lucians get their turn. So if I could make the change, I would, but I need the critical rate. My critical rate took a little bit of hit because I had to borrow Rune to give to Theomars. So I need to improve this stat here. I want to get it plus 70 to 75 here. Delphoy. Unfortunately, this unit's been taking a hit off and on here for like 2 to 3 months because I just overall realized that I had great runes on it, but I didn't need superb runes on it to do what I need to do to Rift World 5. These stats look pretty bad, but I don't have any issues with this unit when it comes to this Rift of Worlds. It is a temporary unit. When I get Lisa, I will switch over the runes and improve the stats overall when I get her. But for now, this is the one that I use because I've had this unit forever, and it's already skilled up where I need it to be skilled up. So let's take a look here. Chasun, no changes here. Violent Will, speed, hit point. I got Will on it versus Nemesis because I am running it in my Guild Wars defense, and my Guild Wars defense takes priority overall. As you guys will see that in many videos, I talk about myself being in a top guild for Guild Wars. I focus my best runes on my best units with regards to PvP over the PvE setup. Now, mind you, I'm not breaking up my Dragons B10 teams to improve these units. Those units runes are set, and then the priority goes to the Guild War units that what we got there. So, Brienne, no changes there. Despair, Revenge, HP, Defense, HP. Just using what I got to make his effective HP overall really good. Great unit for TOA. I love Revenge on it. And again, this just the combination of AoE stun with a Despair set plus the attack power breakdown is really strong with regards to TOA. So clutch unit if you have one. Bernard, no changes at all. 283 speed, running speed, hit point, resistance. The resistance is there because of the speed that I get on it. It is nice to have a higher resistant Bernard. I ain't gonna lie. A lot of people utilize Leos, and so if they're doing that and they try to hit your Bernard or whatnot, having a high resistance Bernard will definitely help out. Charlotte, one of my stronger units for Guild War offense. Speed, crit damage, attack, despair. Doing what I can to get this one fast, high damage, and high critical rate. Let's see here. Now, the critical rate's a little bit lower, but I'm running Charlotte on the lead, so that's why it's lower. I realized I didn't have to focus so much critical rate on her because I'm running her at the lead, and that's what I use her. I literally use her primarily for Guild Wars offense, okay? Arjun, attack, crit damage, attack. Running the high critical rate, high critical damage, good attack power again. Right in line with my other units there. Second to last on my Necro B10 team. So, really strong unit. Again, Necro B10, you're going to see a lot of units set up in the Violent Revenge. I used to run speed crit damage attack, but I realized the multiplier on this third skill is extremely OP, so having this unit a little bit slower with a little bit more damage, for me, still does really, really well. I didn't need him to be too fast in my comp. I like him at the second to end so that if my prior units get a lot of multi-hits, then he can come in and take advantage of that last skill and get the job done here. So, Pungback, Rage Shield, attack, crit damage, attack. I use him a little bit in the arena offense, not so much the Guild War offense, so I need to, consider moving around some runes for the time being. Reason being is that I don't have a lot of wheel runes to back him up with a good comp with regards to Galleon and maybe Charlotte. So right now, it's just kind of a, it depends on the composition that I find in Guild Wars, but I still use him. Great damage, great critical rate, great speed. Overall, would like to get some more HP substats in there so that I can, he can survive, 1 or 2 hits, but at least the shield set on the unit with a really good base HP helps a lot. Darian, no changes here. This is just broken set to take advantage of TOA as well as the world boss. I use him in TOA versus the dark stages. Notice he's not on a violence set. I want him to be off violence so that when I put the hug on Chandra on him, it covers him and he doesn't blow through the turns. Arya, we got ourselves Despair, Focus, Speed, hit point. Do what I can to make her, relatively fast and high accuracy. I haven't improved her runes in quite some time because she does a really good job with the stats that she has. I would like to see a little bit more accuracy on this unit, though. Great TOA H monster. Bella Dion, Violent Nemesis, Speed, hit point. Haven't made any changes on this unit. The stats that I have her at are not the greatest, but it gets the job done for what I need it to be. The accuracy, I like to see it over 40%, 45% if you all can. That's a good amount of accuracy for Dragon Speed 10 if you're using it for Dragon Speed 10. But overall, I find that this amount of accuracy does really, really well. So yeah, that's pretty much it for that one. Ashir, no changes. Hit point, critical damage, hit point. Running Rage Energy over any kind of violence set or whatever, because again, this gives me the amount of critical rate I want, critical damage, hit points, and speed. This is one of my units that are synced up with Theomars and Orion so that I can go after Orion, then Theomars, and Ashir. Ashir finishes off whatever unit that I focus on. I run a critical rate lead over this HP lead because I cannot improve the critical rate of this unit without sacrificing HP and crit damage stats. So for right now, that's what I run, but I'm overall looking to improve this critical rate in that 90% plus. New unit, I pulled this one off the what's it called? The shop or the wish. I got it awakened with regards to the wish. So this is not runed up. This is runed up, but it's not leveled up yet. Triple defense. That's what we got going on for the time being. I can't really talk about it all too much because again, I like to make him a little bit more YOLO since he does have a self buff for the defense and whatnot, and I'll be running them in defense based combos. But for right now, this is gonna hold off for now until I can improve the runes. Jubel running HP, Violent Shield, no changes at all. The goal is to get Violent Revenge on him, but I need the speed from the shield runes to get him in sync with the comps that I use him in. So overall, I'm happy with it. 33k HP, 1000 defense, plus a critical rate reduction passive. This guy is a true tank. He does really, really well. Veramos, again, one of my top rune units. Speed, HP, running very high defensive subsets on my Violent Guard, as you can see right there. The effective HP for this unit is really, really strong. Does a really good job in the Guild War defense as well as my arena defense, so I'm really a big fan of this unit. I would love to get him on a Nemesis, but it would cripple his stats, speed, defense, everything. So right now, this is what I keep him on, and I'll continuously try to improve it to Nemesis if I can, while maintaining good effective HP. Jultan, Violent Will, speed, hit point. I need the speed to get him in sync with my other units, and I need the will to take the first turn versus any CR-based team. You guys have seen that there's a lot of CRs out there, and for the top 3 meta, I need to make sure that I can take a hit, or allow CR to focus on Jultan, not hit him with a bomb, and have basically CR kill themselves to death with regards to those first couple of turns. So really happy with this unit. This unit does have a priority over most because again, I use it a lot in not just the offense but a little bit in the defense. I mix and match my team. So overall, great unit. Basalt, great TOA unit. triple HP. I'm sorry, HP defense. Could go more defense, but I wanted HP over defense so I can actually get some assistance with regards to this heal that's based off the max HP. But overall, really good stats. Diaz took a little bit of a hit on its runes, but not too bad. Defense, HP, running double revenge to try to make sure that I get that hit point to serve after that jump on the Rifter Worlds level 5. Resistance needs to improve, but overall I'm happy with this unit. That's kind of where I'm at. We got ourselves Luna, Swift Broken, Attack, Crit Damage Attack. This is a part, the last unit in my composition. Vertihill, Galleon, Tark, and then we got Luna, Vertihill, Galleon, Tark, Luna, and then who's my other one? Stella, to finish off that Dragons B10 team. I had that Pungback's rune set on him, but that would only give her 73% critical rate, and I need the extra critical rate to have this skill land. This skill is also based on enemies' max HP, which is why it does so much damage in Dragons B10. You guys have seen the comp, so yeah, does really good. I like this unit in Dragons B10. Okay, last but not least, we got ourselves Varus, running some broken runes. I just pulled him in the last arena reset. Running Revenge, Destroy, Will. We got ourselves Speed, critical rate, HP. Need the max critical rate to get the stun effect. I need a decent amount of accuracy so that I can land this attack and defense break. Amazing passive and recover some HP. I prefer this unit on a Violent Revenge or Swift Revenge to get the speed that I want. A Violent Revenge would be really, really strong, but I don't have the runes to make it happen. So right now, using what I got here for the time being. Again, guys, this is the end of the video. If you have any questions on the units, please feel free to shoot me a comment in the comment section down below. Thank you all for tuning in. It's your boy Childish, the ChildishPlays checking out. Take care, and we will see you next time, guys. We're out.